Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to the Science Kitchen. Now, today we're going to be making my Choux Pastry Ultimate Chocolate Eclairs. Now, these are not just any eclairs. This is eclair perfection. So something you'd find in any high-class French patisserie anywhere in Paris. Now, there's a few scientific steps to follow, but if you do, you're going to get perfect results every single time. And it's something that will really delight the senses. So let's get right down to it.
Okay, so to start, we've got butter, water and milk in our pan, to which we'll add sugar and salt. Get that onto the heat, just to gently simmer. So now we've got some double O pasta flour and some strong bread flour in our bowl. Just get this gently combined.
So our liquids have just come to a simmer. We've ensured the sugar and salt have completely dissolved. So take that off the heat and we're going to shoot in our flour. Now we've added bread flour into this recipe to give our eclairs more strength and structure, as you really need this for that shape to keep the consistency and to prevent them collapsing or forming deformities through the bake. I'm just going to dry this out back on the heat. Bring this up to 75 degrees, no further, otherwise you risk splitting out the fat in your choux pastry mix. Now we need to cool this down before adding our eggs. Adding our eggs hot will cause it to scramble and our choux not to rise.
Okay, so now our mixture has cooled to below 35 degrees. It's time to incorporate our eggs.
Now we need to add our eggs in stages to prevent our choux from splitting. Now, choux pastry doesn't have a chemical raising agent like baking powder, so it relies on eggs and water to generate steam through bake to give us that rise. Once the eggs are incorporated, just a dash more milk to bring it to the correct consistency. And we test this by doing what's called the V test. So dip your spatula in the batter, pick it up, and if it forms this V, it is ready to go, the perfect consistency to pipe. Now it's best to use a French star tip nozzle for piping. And this creates these fantastic ridges along the piped eclairs. This increases the surface area, which reduces the risk of cracking or deformities as you get a beautiful even rise throughout those ridges of the eclair. Pipe into long strands and use a cocktail stick to pop any air bubbles that have formed. Now here's a secret trick. Take your piped choux mixture into the freezer. Remove once completely frozen. And the beauty of this is it allows us to cut consistently sized eclairs for baking. Cut into size, place on a silpat tray. I'm dusting with some crystallized cocoa butter and some icing sugar. This gives us a beautiful sheen and glaze to our baked eclairs. Into a top and bottom non-fan oven, 180 degrees, 22 minutes. And you'll see your eclairs gloriously rise and brown in the oven. After 22 minutes, I'm just going to open the oven door and prick each side of the eclair just to release some steam. Close the oven door, another 3 minutes, take it out, and we're going to prick the bases of the eclairs just to release any further steam. If you don't do this, there's a risk they will sink.
Okay guys, so with our choux pastry shells completed, move on to our chocolate creme patisserie.
So in our bowl we have icing sugar, cocoa powder and corn flour. We'll just gently stir. To this we'll add 2 egg yolks. And meanwhile on the heat we have some milk just come to the boil. We'll just slowly pour this in just to temper and then go all in. Place this back into the pan and we're going to get this back onto the heat. Just bring this up to temperature and you'll see it thicken into this fantastically rich chocolatey sauce. Straight in with bitter chocolate. Stir this into your mixture. Then remove from the heat. And you see our gloriously rich chocolate creme patisserie. Just get this into a bowl just to cool down. And we're going to level this up. We're going to turn our chocolate creme patisserie into a chocolate creme diplomat. And we do this by adding some whipped cream into our mix. So this is going to make it even more indulgent, even more luxurious for our finished eclairs. Beautiful.
Okay guys, so now we're ready to finish our eclairs. We have our beautiful Choux Pastry eclair shells, our chocolate creme diplomat, and I've prepared earlier this beautiful chocolate mirror glaze. I'll link the recipe for this mirror glaze in the description below. So let's finish this thing.
So we already made 2 air holes at the bottom of our eclairs to cool. We'll just widen these with a chopstick to enable us to fill the eclairs with our chocolate creme diplomat filling. Now just take your filling into a piping bag, insert into the eclairs, and generously and completely fill the cavity of your eclair. Next step, we'll take our chocolate mirror glaze to 32 degrees, the perfect temperature for dipping each and every eclair. So the technique is dip, allow the residue to drip off, wipe any excess off with your fingertip, and that's perfectly dipped. Repeat and glaze for all of your eclairs. And I love this glaze, it has a beautiful mirror sheen. So here is our ultimate chocolate eclairs. Done.
Thanks for watching this video guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure to like and to share this video, and to support the channel, make sure to subscribe. I will see you next time.